Welcome back. I'm here with Football League editor Pascal Lemaire to talk about Saturday lunchtime's championship match between Wolves and Huddersfield. We'll start with the home side. Pascal ended a winless streak with a very impressive victory against Fulham last time out.
It really was in midweek. It was sort of the game in hand they had because it was previously cancelled because of traffic disruption in London. But yeah, to go to Fulham like that and win 3-0, because Fulham on Friday night at home against QPR won 4-0. Really impressive performance against QPR. So Fulham would have been really confident going into that game. But for Wolves to go there, win 3-0, very, very impressive. I know they were helped by a red card. Tom Cairney was sent off in the first half for a really terrible challenge. Jumped in, left the ground 2 feet, completely deserved red card, so he'll be out for 3 games now. But as for Wolves, they couldn't break him down in the first half, but then in the second half, eventually the goals came. I think Shea Ojo played a key part to those goals. He crossed for Lafondra, then scored the second one, and it just set them up for a really comfortable 3-0 win in the end. So that lifts them up to 10th in the table, and they're only 3 points behind third place now. So they are looking pretty solid there, and it was an especially important win after what happened at the weekend because they played Preston the weekend. Preston scored quite early on in that game, but then they had 2 men sent off Preston, and it looked like they were going to hold out with 9 men. But in the end, Kevin McDonald, just after he signed a new contract, scored a wonderful goal from 25 yards to get a point there. So that was good to get a point there, and then to win very convincingly in midweek. Two quite difficult away games, so 4 points from them is impressive. So decent for them. They'll go into a match against Huddersfield here, full of confidence now.
Yeah, and Huddersfield, they're starting to find a bit of form themselves, unbeaten in 3 coming into this one.
Yeah, they are. They'd had back-to-back wins, and then they played Nottingham Forest in a Thursday night game, so it was quite early on, so they've had a bit more rest than Wolves here, and I think that could play a key part, because they played last Thursday, Wolves have played Saturday and Tuesday, so Wolves have had 2 games since Huddersfield played their last match, so it could play a factor there if Wolves perhaps a bit tired. But in that Forest game, quite a tight game, Forest took the lead in the first half, really good finish from Mendes, and then Huddersfield, they were knocking on the door slightly, but then they needed a deflected shot from Emir Hughes, which very, very lucky. He took aim. I mean, he'd scored, I think it was 3 goals in 2 games before that, so he was obviously really confident mood. But he took on a shot from quite a tight angle, about 30 yards away, and I don't think it would have ever gone in. But it took a deflection, cannoned off the underside of the bar, and went in. So I think that's maybe the sort of luck you're getting when you're in a good bit of form. But as for Hughes himself, like I said, 4 in 3 games now, so he's been really impressive and been their main goal threat when he's usually a defensive midfielder. So I think they need more goals from their strikers, but like I say, unbeaten in 3 and up to 16th, so they're looking fairly solid, Huddersfield, after a bad start to the season.
Do you see them extending that unbeaten run this weekend?
No, I see it coming to an end. I think Wolves, even though they might be a bit more tired, like I said about Huddersfield having more rest, I think Wolves just have a bit too much quality. I'm going to go 2-1 to the hosts.
Sportsmore going for a 2-1 win for Wolves.